Hey, 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 what's happening, everybody? It's Ronco Johnson, your lifestyle focused advisor. It is Lifestyle Focus Friday. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing today? We'll give everybody some time to get in the room. I've missed you too. I have missed you too. I see some people already jumping on in. How's everybody doing today? It's Friday. It's a very special Friday. It's a very special Friday. I hope that your week has been fantastic. I hope that you have some opportunities to sit back, take a deep breath, and pat yourself on the back for all the achievements that you've made during this past week. You know, this Friday we're gonna take it back just a little bit, and we're gonna make it easy for you. We're just gonna relax a little bit. We're going to talk about simplifying your lifestyle using some of our insurance programs and why this is going to help you achieve your financial goals that you're looking to achieve. So sit back, relax, and unwind. It's your boy, Ronco Johnson, keeping you company for the next few minutes and maybe a little bit longer than that. And hopefully, we can share some content with you that will help you to relax, relate, and release when it comes to your personal finance and your lifestyle. But before we get started, we want to do some little bit of house cleaning and make sure everybody here knows what the deal is. First of all, welcome, welcome, welcome to Lifestyle Focus Friday. And this is the time of the week when we really start talking about, hey, what were your achievements? What did we get done this week? Who did we meet? Did we meet someone of influence? Did we hear something that can change our lives? Did you? What did you do? You know, I want you all to know. Don't forget, right below, it's scrolling right down here below us, right here. I think it says, do not forget to like, subscribe, share, and click the notification bell. That way we can keep you up to date with new, fresh content. And don't forget to go online tonight. I'm excited. Friday night, tonight, we have our first special guest as we highlight uh, the story behind the scenes of music and money with our special guest, Ron James, saxophonist Ron James. But that's tonight at 6 p.m. So catch that after our broadcast today, if you would. And some more house cleaning opportunities for you is if you decide that you want to make a comment during our live broadcast, do me a favor. Hopefully, you're listening to the point where you're taking away some information. So type takeaways into the comments and then make your statement. That will help us identify you and hopefully reply to your statement, your comment. We love to be interactive with you in our live broadcast because we never know who's in the room and what's being said, or if you had questions from last week, what have you. We want to be a source for you. So just remember, there's two words: takeaways. Hopefully, we're providing you with content that makes you take away a lot of nuggets. But before we get started, I am just so happy to be here this Friday. I am just so happy to be here this Friday. So a lot of things have happened, and in the world, that we should be conscious about. And today we're talking about how you simplify your life. Well, why did that come to mind? Why did it come to mind to talk about simplifying your lifestyle? Well, I can tell you this. For me, this past week was a challenge because, every once in a while, you let the stress creep back in, right? You let the stress creep back in. And when you let the stress creep back in, a lot of things change. Your body changes, your tone changes, your posture changes, your health changes. So we want to make sure that we discuss how you simplify your lifestyle while increasing and elevating your lifestyle at the same time. And I'm going to share with you how our life insurance programs and how we've custom built them to help people like yourselves achieve a better um, financial situation. And I'm sure you guys have questions. So please don't forget, while you're in the box, hit subscribe, hit like, hit share, hit the notification bell. Let us know you're there. And when you make your comment, tell us takeaways, just takeaways. That lets us know that we're providing you some type of level of financial education that you can depend on. And that's really what we're here for today. That's really what we want to, that's what we want to achieve. Financial education is the cornerstone to everything that we're doing. And there's just not enough of it. And today's episode, we're going to talk about that. And we'll share with you some statistics. And then hopefully I'm going to give you some solutions to definitely consider as you're walking out and planning your goals and your dreams. And I'm going to give you some financial secrets as well. So when we come back, get ready. We're getting ready to unleash a bunch of information on you. So grab your pens, grab your paper, and tell your best friends to get online right now and hang out with us. So if you're there, make a comment. Tell me where you're from. Tell me who you are. And in the meantime, think about joining our lifestyle-focused wealth community. Think about it. All you need is in the room. And if you don't know, all we're talking about is what millionaires and billionaires do. And start trying to change the way we think, reset some bad habits, and elevate into better habits, and then have discussions about the things that you think you shouldn't be talking about more often. Money, relationships, collaborations, and all the things such as that, right? That's what we want to talk about. So just be sure you tune in. Our lifestyle focused wealth community is awesome. And we're going to talk about that when we get back. I'll see you in just about 2 minutes. Hey, join our lifestyle focused wealth community. Membership starting at $16 a month when you pay the annual subscription. So register online today at www.lifestylefocusedwealth.com. All right, that's it. Our lifestyle focused wealth community. Hey, listen, wonderful, wonderful people. And I can tell you this. Everything you need is in the room. Everything we need is in the room. And I say it over and over again. There are people in our lifestyle focused wealth community that are experts in other things. Maybe you have a business that you want to promote. Maybe you have an expertise that no one knows about. Recently, I had to wanted to lower my blood pressure after a toothache and found out from another listener that I can use some cold pressed black seed oil to help reduce that stress. Guess what? It worked. It worked. And removing the tooth also worked. These are just some of the tidbits of tips that you get when you're not the smartest one in the room. As I said before, if you're the smartest one in the room, you need to change rooms. You just need to change rooms. Absolutely, you need to change rooms. So let's talk about this revolutionary life insurance program designed to help individuals achieve freedom. Okay. I want to share with you guys before we jump into it. I know that there may be some differences of opinion. I am not trying to tell you that you don't do other things. Here at Lifestyle Focused Wealth, it is all about us having a complete, comprehensive financial plan. And I always say this, a complete financial plan in my world is when it works in 3 instances: whether you live too long, die too early, or become disabled in between. That simple. It needs to work in all three instances. It's not one golden egg, but we're just going to talk about some of the things that are least talked about because it doesn't benefit our government to talk about it. And then one of those financial tools is our secret financial tool. I call it the Army Swiss knife of the financial industry, and that's the life insurance policy. So we're going to be talking about how a custom design and engineered plan like this can help you achieve your financial freedom. And if you want more information about how you can get involved and if you would like something like this designed for you, I would tell you, do me a favor, go online, join our Lifestyle Focused Wealth community, and schedule a one-on-one. Schedule some time with a coach. I'll be more than happy to sit down and talk to you about how these things are structured, right? And what happens as you start learning the IBC concept, the infinite banking concept, becoming your own banker, and how to use it more effectively if you're a business owner, if you're a real estate investor, or if you're just a mom and pop that's working very hard that wants to transfer your wealth over to your family in the most tax efficient way. You're in the right place. This is the conversation today that you want to have. Okay. So I was reading some information over the weekend, and I realized that some of the statistics that are available to the public were quite disturbing. And I wanted to share just some of the historical facts that was out there, some of the struggles that we're having, and in planning for our financial retirement. How many people out there are unprepared for retirement? There's a lot. There is an awful lot of people unprepared for retirement. I actually was looking at an article that says our median income as of 2022, it's increased, but our median income is about $87,000. Well, why is that important? I think that's important to understand because the costs at the gas pumps are going up. The costs at the grocery stores are going up, right? All these different things are happening at the same time, but your income, even though it appears to go up, don't you feel like you're in the same place? Don't you feel like you're in the same place? Well, here's the reason why. You're working harder, you're earning more money, you're spending more time. And it makes it very difficult for you to keep up with inflation that way, right? So when it comes down to it, where's the money going? Where's the money going? So one of the things that I found out that I thought was quite interesting for you folks that are hanging out with us, do me a favor while you're there, while you're out there, do me a favor and just stop and say hello. Stop and say hello. Type it in the comments. Let me know that you're out there. I love hearing from you while we're doing it. Well, here's what I learned. I learned that there's some differences in our communities, and we're all aware of it. There are gaps in many different segments when we talk about money, lifestyle, and the haves and the have-nots. Depending on what rock you're under, if you haven't seen it on television, you hear them talk about the wealthy, the middle class, and so forth. And the answers, it seems like we just don't have an answer. It's a lights out moment. And that's what we're here to talk about is lights out moments, right? Well, one of the things that I wanted to address is that the American savings, we got to catch up. We got to catch up. Hey, Leela, I see you out there. I see you. Thank you for joining us. We got to catch up. And here's the difference. I'm reading this article from Motley Fool, and it says in 1989 the median income was $25,000. The median income was $25,000, meaning that your retirement savings, it maxed out right about $87,000. That's their retirement savings. That's the average on the mean in 1989, which I know some of you weren't born, but it really wasn't. It feels like it wasn't that long ago. Okay, it wasn't. As of 2022, that same number, when the average is now $87,000 of income, the means for retirement jumped to $330,000. This is what people are having in their accounts. So you can see that the appreciation in the amount of money is going up, right? It is going up, and you can be excited about it. But our services and our food items and all the things around us are constantly going up. Hey, Donna, I see you out there in Milwaukee. So when we started to think about, okay, well, what is the average savings based on who they are, 65 to 74 years old? And the article said it's about $200,000 that they've had saved. This is the average retirement savings based on age. If you got a person between 45 and 54 years old, about $115,000. So if you're a little bit behind that right now, then we got some work to do, right? We have some work to do. And these are in traditional retirement accounts that are out here. And when you understand that, you're going to start to understand this. If my average was $200,000, then I got to pay taxes on the money that I got to pull out. If I'm above 65, then I don't have to pay the 10% penalty, obviously, but I may have to pay state and federal taxes where I live. That brings that $200,000 nest egg down significantly. And now your net amount of money, the money left over after taxes, it doesn't rock well. It doesn't, as they say, the calculations don't calculate when our bread is costing us more money, right? When our bread is costing us more money. For you young folks, if you got $115,000, I know when I was younger, $115,000 was a lot of money. I thought it was. It still is a lot of money if you don't have it. But by the time you extract the taxes from it, it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. And before I get into our favorite secret financial tool, I'm just pointing these items out so that you have this information, because there's so much propaganda out there. You should have this. You should have that. Well, first we need to know exactly what the facts are. And once we understand what the facts are, we can start making moves of our own that make sense. Then we can sit down and we can start discussing the things that most people don't discuss. We started talking about incomes, right? Retirement accounts. This struck me, and you can see it going down at the bottom. It said white Americans had an average retirement account of $100,000 in 2022. $61,000 more than Black Americans. That means that Black Americans are having about $40,000 of retirement income, or retirement account money. And Hispanics were $46,000 more. So they had about $60,000 of retirement savings. We're talking retirement. We're not talking about a weekend at Barney's. We're talking about over the next 15, 20 years, you got only $60,000 or $40,000. How are you going to survive when the cost of everything is continuously going up? That makes you stop and think about it, right? That makes you stop and think about some things. That the math ain't mathing. I got it. And these are just real numbers. It's not a racial thing. It is a lifestyle thing. It's an economic thing. So that you have to understand what other people are dealing with out here. There's some people really, really hurting. And we don't know why. We want to get down to the bottom of it. And if we have a solution, maybe we can do a better job of preparing ourselves, right? If our median income is $87,000, remember $87,000, we still have to take the taxes out of. That's putting you down below $60,000, $65,000. If you have children, you have a spouse. So much for the vacations. Hey, Christmas is getting smaller. You know, you might have to work 2 jobs from home on your laptop just so you can make more money. This is what's happening out here today. And if this is making sense to you, if I'm putting this in perspective, where you can understand and see that there's a problem here. There is a hole in our bucket, our savings bucket, our working bucket, because people they rely on their savings from their retirement accounts, not understanding the gravity of what the taxes are for them, right? We'll share with you another statistic. This statistic right here blew my mind. It was a report on the same Motley Fool report, and they've done a great job, by the way. And you can go online and you can look it up yourself. It talks about how much money people are making with no diploma. So on average, it's about $79,000. With a high school diploma, you're talking about $149,000, somewhere around there, $140,000. Okay. If you have some college, $177,000. And if you have a college degree, you probably have saved up about $476,000 in your retirement accounts. That is totally different. When you look at the numbers in 1989, that's totally different than where it was by leaps and bounds. If you just look at that naked number, you would think that we're doing well. But it's only a very small part of the population that's making that kind of money. So we have to take a moment here to start talking about the common challenges that people face when they're planning your retirement and the uncertainties that come with it, right? This is what we call the pivot. It's time to start pivoting our conversation. It's time to start pivoting our conversation. This is where if your math is not mathing, if your calculator is not adding up, if your resources are running low, what can you do different? Are you willing to change your mindset and start looking at things a little bit differently? If I told you you could control it, I'm not saying it's the answer for everything. I am saying that it's the cornerstone of your planning. It's one of the cornerstones, the Swiss Army knife of the financial service industry. And it is called your life insurance program. And I'm going to highlight some unique features of the plans and the benefits that allow you to make these decisions a little bit differently. Because all we're wanting to do right now is help you achieve financial freedom and lower our stress levels just a little bit. And if we knew that every time we participate in every dollar that we put in, we could always be moving our needle forward, so to speak, I think it would have an impact on the way I think and the way you think, your outcome for your family. And actually, it's a feel-good moment. Wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say? I really think so. I really think so. So what am I talking about here? I know there's a lot of different plans. There's term insurance. There's IUL insurance. Here, we only talk about the whole life policy. I have to put this out there. It's written in our tax code. When you start to look at the tax savings and the tax advantages, I should say, of life insurance, it's quite a unique product. It's quite a unique product that we just don't talk enough about. It's one of those products where if I'm purchasing something, I want to make sure I have more guarantees. There's only one product out there with guarantees, and that's dividend participating whole life insurance. It's not that big of a secret to the wealthy. They use it all the time. The Rockefellers have been using it forever. If you read a little bit about them, the most wealthy people in America have been doing these things. But all they did was start looking at it from a different standpoint and saying, hey, we're going to take responsibility for our own family. We're going to take responsibility for building our own banking system. And we're going to do it right now. What's that? How's that different for you? Right? How's that different for you? We got to be worried about our retirement. We got to be worried about our children. What's up, Sam? I see you out there. We got to be worried about the things that concern us. Hey, I'm Ronco Johnson, your lifestyle focused advisor. And I tell you, when I go home at night, I tell you, I am thinking about you. You want to have professionals on your team that are thinking about you and can think about it in such a way that it bothers me at night. It bothers me when I go out and I meet some of you folks out there, and I know that you got a hole in your bucket. And I know you're in denial. And it's something as small as a toothache, even for myself, can keep you from having this very, very powerful financial tool. And I think I thought about it. I said, well, I know our lifestyle focused community has heard about it. But my challenge to you is, who's out there acting on it? Who's out here acting on what they've already learned? Or are you going to act as if we haven't already told you? That's just something that burns my pipe. If you're a person that can't qualify for life insurance, just understand that's a little bit different. But if you're healthy enough, don't get caught worrying about the premium so much, especially when you have a custom designed plan that can grow compounded interest for the rest of your existence. It allows you to transfer capital to your heirs in passing and get that capital from one person to another person without any problems, without any taxes. But while I'm living, we could talk about the living benefits. If it's properly designed properly, I like to use a 90-10 or even sometimes a 20-80, depends on the person's income. And I say a 90-10 that's a blend of a little bit of whole life insurance and a little bit of term insurance, and then overfunding the LPUA, which they know it as the paid up addition rider. Not everybody has it. Not everybody has it. But these are some of the things that we know going in. Why is this important? What I just said is a custom design that can grow with you. It expands, it breathes with you, right? It grows with you. As your income matures, your family matures, and you get closer and closer to retirement. If it's designed the right way, you can start readjusting items and pieces of it to fit your current lifestyle, but expand into your future lifestyle. These are the advantages of you having an expert. These are the advantages of you having someone like myself or others that are experts at this craft. I absolutely love what I do. I help people at the gas station with their finances. I hope you're telling people about what we're talking about right here, telling your friends, because it shouldn't be a secret. And some people say, well, if Bronco, what if insurance is so valuable, why is it that our government doesn't put it out there? Well, it's pretty simple. Our government wants tax money because our tax money runs our nation. IRAs have tax money. Your retirement accounts, if you wait until you're 70, do you have more money or less money? That is an easy question. It's an easy answer. You should have more money, and that's more money for them to tax because we need the money to run our nation. Well, let's talk about this thing called tax-free or after-tax money. Life insurance works like this. You're paying the premium, but after-tax money, meaning you already worked, you already paid the income tax. So this after-tax money, I am now buying and purchasing life insurance as a premium. And here's a little tip for you. When I do that, our government allows for the money inside the premium that I'm paying, if it is overfunded, to continue to compound in interest. And when it compounds in interest, we don't even have to pay taxes on the gain. A little different from the word investment. The word investment in our world typically means that you got to pay some kind of capital gain, retirement, real estate, stocks and bonds. But in the insurance world, there's this thing called premium. And most of us are scared of a premium because we're thinking about car insurance or homeowners insurance. But life insurance is its own beast. It's totally different. And those premiums you don't pay taxes on because you've already paid the taxes one time. And I'm sharing with you these unique features and benefits because I want you to understand why you should have one of our Lifestyle Focused Wealth custom designed plans with our sponsor, L.R. Johnson and Associates and others, and our advisors that are watching this thing, this broadcast, that were willing to help you out. The government doesn't want you to know the information because they want their money. That's okay. It's a business. You got to remember, the United States is a company. It's a business. So it's probably a good deal to start to learn your tax codes. Hey, Leela, I love it. Thank you so much. Let me just answer what you're saying. Your takeaways is after-tax money, when used properly, will build your retirement tax-free. Right. That means if I put $100 in and you put $5 on top of it, I got $105. It ain't going nowhere. It don't have a hole in it. Now, I can take that $105, and here's the beauty of it. One of the benefits of life insurance is I have a loan mechanism. It's not a loan like a credit card. It's not a loan like a student loan or a mortgage loan. But my loan allows me to leverage the life insurance company's reserves without using my own money. When I take a loan, I'm not using my own money. I'm using the insurance company's reserves. And they will allow me to take a loan up to 90% of my cash that I put in with their company. So in other words, if I give them 100, they're going to allow me access to 90 of theirs. Then I can go out and buy a new house. I can pay off my credit cards. I can use this account, very similar to how you use a loan or a credit card or a startup capital to start a business. But here's the beautiful thing. If I'm using it for appreciating assets, things that make us money, I can put the money back. I don't have to wait. I don't have to pay a tax. I don't have to pay an interest rate. I don't have to pay all these different things that are tied to the retirement accounts, where if you take a loan from a 401k, you're stuck to paying that loan back in small increments over a long period of time, typically 5-6 years. Well, I can actually take loans from insurance policies, go out and buy my piece of real estate, or go out and start my business today. And at the same time, I can take the money back from the revenues that I've made from this new business or opportunity, and I can pay it back to myself, restoring the policy. If that makes sense to you, give me a thumbs up down below and hit the word restore. Type in restore. I need you to understand that we want to be able to restore all the time. Okay? Here's another beautiful step. Here's another tip. I like this tip as well. If we think outside the box, there's that saying, hey, if you really, I'm being a former football and basketball player in college and being around athletes all my life. And, there's always a statement, would you run through the door, or would you knock down this door for your coach, or would you knock down this door for your teammates? And some of you fraternity, sorority people out there probably know what I'm talking about. Well, it's nothing more than a word problem. Would you knock down the door? Are you going to run through that door? Or are you simply going to go up to it and knock down the door? Well, the word problem to this solution is we don't want you to go running through a door. Obviously, that could cause you a health insurance claim. We're trying to keep money in your pocket. We want to restore. We want to restore. We want to restore, okay? We want to rinse and repeat. We want to do it over again. If I got access to 90% of my money, it makes sense. I don't have to wait until the right time to take money out because I'm scared to use it. Wealthy people use leverage all the time. Less than wealthy people hold their money as if they were trying to watch water evaporate in a glass. This is lifestyle-focused wealth. We're talking about what millionaires and billionaires do. And I'm trying to share with you how using our custom life insurance programs can help you achieve financial freedom. It's called leverage. Simple as that. If I create a plan that would allow you, and we've had some clients that we've highlighted in some of our previous episodes, if I could allow you to put $100,000 to $200,000 away in your own bank, and let's just say 100, and I told you, well, you have access to 90, but your monthly bills are only $30,000. And let's just say it was $2,600 a month. There are some people who are trying to take loans out every single month for $2,600. That's only because you don't know what your budget is. But when you sit down with someone like ourselves, with an interest in making sure that you understand management of money, your budget, and where the funds came from that you're paying your everyday bills come from, it makes perfect sense to us that, wait a minute, if I have access to 90,000, I don't need but 30,000. Why don't I just take a policy loan for this $30,000, stick it in a separate account that will allow me to pay my lights, my gas, my water bill, while that $30,000 is still earning a dividend and interest. Yes, I just said it. I didn't take you away from your money. I just showed you a way to use your money twice on the same dollar. And then we can expand from there because there's probably 3 or 4 more ways that we can use your money before you actually spend your capital. And then I mentioned earlier that the money is still compounding. So remember, you put $100,000 away. So that means you're probably getting between 4 and 6% lifetime. It's going to continue to grow. And not that we're not interested in the final expense or the death benefit, but the death benefit of insurance, it continues to grow as well. All right. Is that a good deal or a good deal? It's so simple that it's right in front of your face. It's right in front of your face. If we can create a banking system that can calculate every dollar we've ever accumulated, and the company were to give us 5% on a dividend for all the money that we have ever created, just by simply running it through our financially free program. I should say financial freedom. It's not free. There is a cost. But the agreement is between you and the insurance company. You and the insurance company. You've totally cut out the middleman. If these things are designed properly, and I'm going to tell you, when you get done, if you want one of these types of plans and you want someone to sit down and talk to you, please let us know. Please let us know. This is one of the benefits of joining our lifestyle focused wealth community. And in this community, we're sharing these ideas, man. We're dropping these nuggets. It's not the fact that the insurance policy, it's not some secret. But having the policy is not enough. You still need someone on your side that can coach you, that can be a mentor to you, that can share with you all the other ways to use this plan systematically in your best benefit to get you ahead, and how you leverage it. Does that make sense? Am I making sense today? I know some of you seem to have forgotten. And what happens is the further you get away from the fire, the warmer, or the colder, I should say, the further you get away from the fire, the colder it gets. So I know that some of you have been out there and you're taking some of the pieces of what we're teaching you, and then you let life get in the way. Life happens. But don't let life that's going to happen to most of us keep you from achieving the ultimate financial freedom for yourself. If you can go out and buy a car, if you can go out and take a vacation, if you can go out and pay for a light gas, water bill, or a mortgage, you should own this very simple financial tool. Because the one thing you don't have a guarantee about is how long we're going to be on this planet. 100% of the people I talk to, you, I'm looking at you, you. 100% of the people watching me right now, we expire. We expire. We do have an expiration date. And then there's a large majority of us at one time or another will get sick. Sick enough that we won't be insurable. So don't wait until you get sick to figure out that you need this financial tool. They're not going to let you in. You got to get in the club, you got to have it, or you got to work without it. And it's much easier to work with it than without it. Even if you've waited a little while and you're a little bit older and your premium's a little higher, tell you what, stop worrying about the floor. Got a little story for you. I was listening to a gentleman that motivates me very much, and he said, when you think about your income, people tend to say, well, I want to make 6 figures, right? They've already put a ceiling, a limitation on how much money they want to earn. So if I want to make $100,000, I've already put a ceiling on it. So when I get to $101,000, I start to slow down. So suppose you were to take a different approach to that number and say, it doesn't matter what happens in this world, $101,000 is my start point. When I can make my last year's income my monthly income from here on out. I'll say that again. When I start thinking about making my annual income my monthly income from here on out, the standard has been set. I'm going to make at least $100,000 at minimum. But I'm going to take the cap off of all the expectations in the world. I'm going to try to fill my bucket up as high as I can. I'm not going to be limited any longer. And once you start having that conversation, a lot of things happen. A lot of things start to change. You start seeing things from a different view. Well, this is what I'm saying. Your current banking situation has a limit. And the only people making the money is the bank. Yes, they're gathering your money and loaning that money out. And they're earning interest from that. You could do the same thing. You could absolutely do the same thing. This is why you need to be a part of our Lifestyle Focused Wealth. I'm telling you, take some time. Go to lifestylefocuswealth.com and schedule some one-on-one coaching. I would love to talk to you about it, okay? Let's go ahead and get it. I know some of you are out there getting your insurance licenses. It's beautiful outside. We're talking about it. And this program, I'm telling you, I want to take a moment just to take a breather and tell you, you Lifestyle Focused Wealth community members, I adore you. And again, it is Lifestyle Focused Friday with a big old smile on my face. I can't wait till 6 p.m. tonight so you can see the interview, one of our first interviews. So make sure you tell a family friend. It's a little lighter of a conversation because here's the deal. Here on Lifestyle Focused Friday, you only hear from me. You only see me talking to you. But tonight, we get to have a conversation with other people. And when the lights go out, Are You Ready is all about other people. And then when you start finding out that your favorites in entertainment, sports, music, they're real people just like you. When you start figuring out that they're leveraging these dollars like millionaires and billionaires do, and that is me having a conversation with them, maybe you'll come around. Maybe you'll figure it out. Some of you watching this program right now are still having a lights out moment. And I'm giving you all the tea. I've been giving it to you from the very beginning. But you have to stick around. You have to be a part. And you can't get access to the club without paying to get in. Stop being cheap. Don't be cheap. Because when you be cheap, what they say, when you do things cheaply, it becomes expensive. You start trying to find a workaround in all these different ways to do things. This is not what we call the lifestyle that we want. We want to have a lifestyle that is stress-free. We want to have the stress-free lifestyle so that I understand the tax code. I understand why we have the corporations that we have, the LLCs that we have. I understand why we need a will and a trust, because this economic divide is real out here, people. It's real. These numbers are real. But you can change this when you stop looking at the floor as your ceiling and you just decide that you're going to make your current situation the least of your worries. Hey, listen, in conclusion, I want to hopefully I've summarized some key points today. I want you to be able to take advantage of some custom life insurance programs for yourself And I want to emphasize the importance of planning ahead. Your financial security is critical for you, your family, your business, and much, much more. It will give you the credibility and it will give you the opportunity to live a life of significance. I'm telling you directly to your face. And I'm telling you right now, there's no better way of being able to donate to your favorite charity, give back to your colleges or churches, and people see you as a beacon of hope, a beacon of hope. And if you're already in that situation where everyone in your family comes to you for the solution, or when it gets hard, they come to you, that's a blessing. That means you have enough influence to influence others to make a change. It's time to make a change. All right? It's time to start making the change. I want you to share with us your debt-free goals. Hey, send me a DM. Hey, you can make it easy. Go to www.roncojohnson.com and you can send me a DM. Okay? Send me a message. I want to know what your debt-free goals are. And then fill out one of our information or fact-finding information and let us see about helping you get to where you want to go. Those discovery conversations are important. I think the biggest takeaway that I want you to have today is that I'm going to encourage you to share your debt-free goals. You can write them in the comments. You can join me on this journey and helping you get to where you want to go financially. But don't forget, we need you to do one more thing. Continue to subscribe to our programming. We need you to tell everybody that you need. And if you're watching right now, take a moment, hit the subscribe button, man. Hit the button. Let somebody know. Let somebody know that you're working with us. Don't be bashful. Don't be bashful. We're coming up on 20,000 views. Somebody's watching. It's not just you. I promise you. Okay? We want you all to win. We want you all to win. And hopefully you feel that way. Hopefully you feel that the content that we're giving you is being helpful. Has that been helpful for you? If you're out here watching, please let me know. Give me your takeaways. The bank is making money with your money. Yes, we already know that. I think it's time to be more entrepreneurial. You know, you can start making money on your money because technically the money is not doing anything for you while it's sitting still. Okay? It's not. But you have to be inside of our camp. You have to be a part of our coaching classes for me to give you all the ideas of how you can use these things and these tools. This is just a tool that you need to have so that it can work for you. This is just the entry point. Just the entry point. You got to have the tools so we can work our magic, right? Hey, listen, that's my time for today. If anybody's out there that wants to send me something, say hello, or have another question, this is the quick time to do it. It's the quick time to do it because I want to make sure that we get you before we go. Well, listen, I am so excited again. Once again, it's Lifestyle Focus Friday, and I'm hoping that my conversation with you is helping you open up your mind and you want to share it with someone. So, hey, this is when the lights go out. Are you ready? Today's program is called Lifestyle Focus Fridays. I want you guys to have a blessed weekend. And I look forward to seeing you next time right here every Friday, 1 o'clock at the top. Don't forget to check in with us on YouTube tonight at 6 p.m. And check in with our broadcast. I look forward to seeing you on the other end tonight. And I'll see you next week. And until then, reach for the stars and keep flying with the Eagles because we wouldn't be wanting to be confused with a chicken, don't we? Hey, that's my time. I'm Rocco Johnson, keeping you company, and I will see you next time. Have a good night. This is When the Lights Go Out. Are you ready? I'll see you next week. So long.